Hello and welcome to Universe Mode. This is Smackdown. We are coming to you live from, I've already forgotten the place, but as you saw just there a moment ago, those were the last that was the last scene, the last sighting of Bobby Fish on the Smackdown roster and the Smackdown brand. Tonight the new era begins here in Baltimore, and it begins finally with the WWE Champion Kyle O'Reilly, the man who sent Fish away from Smackdown once and for all, maybe. But certainly, one thing's for sure, he is gone for some time. Tonight, O'Reilly will start off the show and talk about the SummerSlam and how great it must be to be the WWE Champion. And I cannot wait to hear what O'Reilly has to say. It has been such a long and hard road for him to finally get his opportunity to hold that title. And while he may not be competing in action here tonight, it will be great to hear from the WWE Champion. And then for our main event, however, you want to talk about championships up for grabs, that is exactly what we're going to get here. Due to Cesaro's involvement in the tag team match last week and his victory technically over Kenny Omega, Cesaro has enabled himself to get an Intercontinental Championship match right here tonight on SmackDown. That will be your main event. It is going to be a very interesting main event because the winner of this will go on to SmackDown's next exclusive pay-per-view and challenge Shinsuke Nakamura going into that one as the Intercontinental Champion. Will it be Omega or will it be Cesaro? We'll find out, but as for right now, we're going to get things underway with the WWE Champion, Kyle O'Reilly. And here he is, a very game and a very almost jacked up Kyle O'Reilly coming towards the ring. Certainly, confidence just kind of spewing out of him. And excitement as well to be here. The face of SmackDown, the WWE Champion, with a few things to say. The first time he's had the chance to speak since winning that championship at SummerSlam. So without further ado, the WWE Champion might as well get a few things off his chest that he wants to say. And it is no surprise that right off the bat, the very first thing that he's got to say is thanking everyone, thanking the SmackDown crowd for staying loyal to him, even in the toughest times. There was ups, there was terrible downs, but it has all been worth it for that one moment at SummerSlam to lift the WWE Championship. And while O'Reilly maybe a little bit uncertain, a little bit unhappy that Fish is gone, he wanted to get one more win over Fish just to rub it in. He has removed that which has ruined his life for the last 2 years, and he took the grandest prize possible while doing it. But now Fish, O'Reilly says even, it is not time to focus on Bobby Fish. And well, there it is. Kyle O'Reilly does not want to be a normal champion. He wants to be a fighting champion right from the start of his reign. He will take on anyone and everyone. The first man to step up to the plate to challenge Kyle O'Reilly, and we're getting it right here, right now. He didn't even I don't think he had enough time to finish his statement before Finn Balor made his way out. The leader of the Balor Club gonna make his way towards the ring here and accept this challenge right away. Kyle O'Reilly wanted to see if a challenger would come to face him, and he is going to get that right now to kick things off on SmackDown. How about that? That is a very, very interesting way to kick things off here. And Finn Balor, congratulating Kyle O'Reilly and his accomplishment at SummerSlam. He was happy that it went to someone as great as him. But he is not out here to do that. He is not out here, of course, to blow his trumpet, to kiss up to him. He is here to remind him that it is one thing to get to the top, but it's another thing to remain there. And Finn Balor just stating there the obvious almost. Everyone's gunning for him. Anyone and everyone will do whatever it takes to get the shot at him. But for saving his bacon a few weeks ago, for coming to his aid when no one else would, Finn Balor believes it should be him who should get that first opportunity at Kyle O'Reilly. And O'Reilly finally responding back here, saying that he respects, obviously, as he should, what Finn Balor just did here, coming out here and saying it to his face. But it's one thing to come out here and say it to his face. It's another thing to act upon those words. O'Reilly's impressed, but he wants to see a little more competition before he makes his mind up. And there you have it. Finn Balor says right there he will take on anyone who comes to his way. Anyone by the end of this episode of SmackDown who has stepped up to the plate and put their name in the hat for the title pick, for the title race. He will face them next week without a shadow of a doubt, just to prove that Finn Balor is a deserved #1 contender. And O'Reilly looks to be the one to try and get the last word in here. Looks to be the one to try and end this one up on top, I suppose, saying he's okay with that. He likes that idea, but it doesn't make a blind bit of difference to him who comes his way. He fought tooth and nail to get this championship. He doesn't have any intentions of letting it go anytime soon. And look at this between these two to finish things off on to start things off even on SmackDown. A stare down between Balor and O'Reilly. What an interesting way to kick things off here. Just staring into one another's face. Finn Balor, I think in a short amount of time, managed to get under O'Reilly's skin, which forced O'Reilly to say what he said there. But yeah, that was a very interesting way. I mean, O'Reilly said he wanted to see a challenge, he wanted to see a threat face him, and he got exactly that with Finn Balor stepping up to the plate. Well, Balor wants the shot of the title. Balor says he deserves the shot of the title. Let's see if he can prove it. If anyone else steps up to the plate here tonight, Balor will face them next week. So anyone on the SmackDown roster is eligible. Let's see who, if anyone, will step up to the plate. Or if we're going to get Finn Balor and Kyle O'Reilly for the WWE Championship down the line. Of course, it is not Finn Balor who makes the final decision. It is, of course, the SmackDown committee. But still, when you come out here and go face-to-face with the champion, you are getting yourself in some big business. But anyway, that is a good way to kick things off on SmackDown. But let's get into our first match of the night. Tyson Kidd and Rusev. You can tell how much of a different brand SmackDown is compared to other places. If that was Raw or ECW, you could almost feel like there would be tension breaking out for there to be a fight almost imminently, but there just wasn't one. It is two men who respect each other going face to face and trying to prove why they are the next in line, why they are going to say what they're going to say, and you gotta respect it. There is kind of like a mutual ground for respect for the majority of the SmackDown roster. Of course, there are those who do not care about that at all, but yeah, we're going to be seeing quite a bit of that, I think, as time goes on, that respect level, and it's always nice to see. But here comes Tyson Kidd to the ring, former World Heavyweight Champion, made the move over from Raw to SmackDown, has not found the success he was looking for since his arrival to this brand. It has not been a nice time for the former world champion. It has been a time that maybe he would rather forget, but these things happen, I guess. I mean, it was a great time when he did win that belt, but it's almost as if time has caught back up with Tyson Kidd. His time away from this universe after failing to defeat Finn Balor almost a year ago, and he hasn't been able to succeed since making his return some time ago. But this is a man who has found a lot of recent success and is still looking to capitalize on it. Rusev heading towards the ring with his ravishing wife Lana. Rusev got himself a little bit involved last week when he decided to interrupt the match between Tyson Kidd and Jay Lethal, and interrupted it in an almighty fashion. He did, getting himself directly involved and going right after Lethal, laying him down in the middle of the ring, I believe. No reason given for it, no knowledge as to why he did that, but whatever Rusev does, whatever Rusev wants to do, Rusev does. Especially when his wife Lana demands such. Well, now here tonight, even though he did go after Jay Lethal, he will face Tyson Kidd here tonight, a man he's defeated in the past, I believe. I think. I know for a fact he's beaten Jay Lethal in the past as well, but certainly seems as if Rusev is rekindling any kind of problems. Rusev perhaps just looking for another person to crush. Tyson Kidd getting a little close to Rusev's wife there, and I'd watch out if I were you. Lana perhaps giving him a very ignorant glare there as we wait to get this matchup underway. Will Rusev be the winner in this one? We'll find out, won't we? I mean, he's certainly got the advantage in a lot of perspectives. Strength, height, weight as well. And Rusev, of course, even though Kidd will have the speed advantage, Rusev in his own manner has quite a bit of speed to him. Of course, that jumping sidekick that he's able to execute kind of goes to show speed and power mixed in as one. But here we go. We get this one underway. And oh my god! folding him inside out. Rusev does with Tyson Kidd. Not getting off to a good start at all. Here's Tyson Kidd right now. Look at the strength being demonstrated there by Rusev. Clearly, ever since he was able to qualify for Money in the Bank, Rusev has just kind of lit up with this sudden mean streak to him. And I mean, he's, with a lot of people unable to go after the Intercontinental Championship right now due to the whole thing going on between the Elite, Cesaro and Nakamura. And of course, with Nakamura being confirmed as the #1 contender for the next Raw pay-per-view, it kind of leaves a little bit of trying to the SmackDown, the rest of the SmackDown roster trying to fill the gaps, trying to get their names out there. Now that they're unable to go for the title, and Rusev is making sure that he can do a great job of that one, going right after Tyson Kidd here, and putting one hell of a number on this man. Headbutted him right in the chest there. He's looking to wear down that back, wear down the neck as well, so that when he executes the accolade, when he locks that one in, he knows he's going to get a tap out. Oh my god, Kidd already been busted open by this from Rusev. But look at how it's just almost woken up Tyson Kidd. Got a little bit of fire in him. Oh wow, what a belly to belly there. Or just an overhead more so than anything by Kidd. The fight back here is on for Tyson Kidd. Oh, look at that counter though. Kidd in big trouble. Dragon screw there by Rusev. Kidd was almost on a comeback there, and it was quickly stopped by Rusev, but may be able to still go for it. Another Hurricanrana executed there by Kidd. The gradual the Heart Dungeon here, using all that he was taught to try and give him an advantage here. Stamina, the damage threshold, whatever he was taught down there, he's got to try and use it to his advantage here. Trying to go for this Irish whip time and time again is Rusev, and it's just not working out. Oh! You felt the impact of that one. Of that clothesline. And Rusev, jumping sidekick. Caught it on the money. Kidd is in a world of trouble. Dragged into the middle of the ring. And Rusev will look to end this one as quickly as possible. The accolade locked in. Much to the pleasing of Lana on the outside. And there's the tap out. Rusev forces Kidd to submit. Tyson Kidd was almost out of his element. Rusev flew through him into a dominant victory. Well, there you have it. There's your winner. Rusev with a strong and relatively easy win. Oh, but here we go. It's not all she wrote. There's some unwritten business to go through. Lethal seems he wants some revenge for last week. And Jay Lethal will try and get just that, going after Rusev here. But Rusev's still pretty damn fresh from his matchup. Going right after Jay Lethal in this one. Look at his chest, right? Look at these shots right now. Lighting up Jay Lethal. He may regret going after him here, but it seems as if he's still got a bit of fight in him. Not much Lana can do on the outside, but watch and hope her husband can withstand this from Jay Lethal. Lethal with a front face off, but he didn't try anything of it. Here we go, suplex. Down goes Rusev. What will Lethal go for here? If he's going to do something, he needs to do something fast, but Rusev pulls out the reversal, and oh, he connects. The jumping sidekick sent him down, but Lethal will not stay down. These two men still fighting right now. But Rusev using his strength to his advantage there, threw him off as if he were nothing. And this one has pretty much come to a stalemate between these two men. Alright, well, there we go. Lethal and Rusev. Difficulty splitting them two apart. Clearly, we have got the start, the kindlings of a future match between those two men. There is no love lost between the self-proclaimed greatest first-generation wrestler in the world today and the Bulgarian Brute. Tell you what, I like seeing this fight from both men, though, as opposed to just accepting their place on the SmackDown roster and just kind of being there. They're doing something about it, and they're willing to fight to prove that they deserve better. You've got to give credit to that. And you gotta like that idea, but as for right now, you want to talk about someone who's been fighting to try and prove that they don't belong in that certain division? Look at Ivory. These last, 2 weeks? For Ivory have been absolutely incredible. Win over Trish Stratus, win over Bayley. And the SmackDown committee have said if she can beat Becky Lynch here tonight, Ivory will be confirmed as the #1 contender for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Becky Lynch, though, would love nothing more than to get her hands back on Winter and another shot at the woman who took the belt away from her at WrestleMania. As Becky Lynch heads towards the ring here, looking to try and do whatever it takes really to stop Ivory getting that opportunity that she fought for at SummerSlam, of course, so she was going to fight for before the involvement of one Nia Jax. Becky Lynch would love to have a one-on-one match with Winter, get a bit of revenge for WrestleMania, and take the belt away from the unstoppable women's champion. To do that here tonight, she's got to, she's got to get through Ivory, and she's going to have to do more. Ivory just has to secure the win here tonight, and it's job done for her. The #1 contendership belongs to a rather surprising contender. But let's see what will happen in regards to that. This match is underway now between these two, and Ivory getting off to another quick-paced start as she's been doing more and more often recently. Yanking the hair of Becky Lynch there, and Becky won't take too kindly to that one. Here goes Becky Lynch now, firing away with quick stomps to get this one started. We how she'd go for the leg and not for the arm, to be fair, but Becky works in her own ways. There's a back spikes to get things underway now for Becky Lynch. The last kicker finally getting off to a fiery start here, as you'd expect from her. Becky Lynch kind of led the women's revolution upon their return full force when she became the women's champion 10 months ago at Survivor Series. She had a very entertaining reign. It was a very good reign, but it came to an abrupt end at WrestleMania. Becky Lynch wishes, of course, that weren't the case, and could be on her way to get her hands back on Winter and potentially that women's championship. It may not be the one she won, but it's the one basically the Winter took away from her. Here goes the strikes right now, though, from Becky Lynch. She's got a measure of control over Ivory in this one. Ivory did a very strong job to get the win over Bayley last week, but she is being incredibly outclassed in this one by Becky Lynch. There's another backsploder. And oh my god, here comes another one now by Becky Lynch. Ivory has met her mark here. The thought of that women's championship just enticing Becky Lynch. The thought of it running through her mind as she stitches in the disarmer here on Ivory. Will both these wins over the last 2 weeks, both these incredibly hard-fought wins and shocking wins as well, be brought to an end in a matter of seconds? Ivory's been in this hold a long time, but she slips away out of it. Very lucky to do so as well. Could have done incredible damage to her arm had she spent longer in it. Knee right in the back there, though, by Ivory, and now she's getting a fight back going. Camel clutch here. Can she force Becky Lynch to tap out? Something that I don't think we've seen before. There's Becky Lynch finding her way out of it. There's Ivory, though, pulling out the counter. Nice maneuver there. And, here comes a bit of a mean streak now to Ivory. Look at these strikes. Elbows into the side of the head there of Becky Lynch. Could the last kicker be in a bit of trouble here? Maybe not. Sent flying back there is Ivory once more. Becky Lynch is doing an incredible job of fighting right now. Giving Ivory a true run for her money, and a bit of innovative offense there by Becky Lynch. What will Ivory look to do here? Can Ivory look to do anything? She's in a real world of trouble. This is kind of a shame to see, to be fair, given what we've seen from Ivory over these last 2 weeks, to see it just all kind of crumbling away at the hands of Becky Lynch. But Becky is a fighter. Becky, as I've said, she wants that women's title rematch, and she will do anything to get it. But there's the fight back from Ivory now. Much to the chagrin of Becky Lynch and her fans, Ivory is still finding a way back in this one. What will she look for now? Ivory has her up on his shoulders here. Great strength being demonstrated. Oh, wow! It was like a Samoan driver almost. with that spin in midair as well. I don't think I've seen Ivory hit that before. It was a very good move. Shame it only got a 1 count, to be fair. Ivory low in position, looking for Poison Ivory. Becky Lynch with a counter. Lynch pulled out a great counter there, catching the boot that would have been her doom. But instead it may be the doom for Ivory. The disarmer stitched in. Ivory is close to the ropes if she can make it. Can she get there? She cannot. Becky Lynch takes the hopes and dreams away from Ivory, and as crushing as it may be, I'm glad that Becky Lynch was the one to do it and Ivory wasn't decimated at the hands of Winter. Becky Lynch, your winner, and does this make her the on-paper #1 contender? Maybe so. We've still got some more. Ooh, a long way to go, really, until the next Smackdown pay-per-view. Some 3 weeks, I think, until it. So without a doubt, there is a long way to go. Becky Lynch, though, has staked her claim in a strong fashion right there. And as I've said, a few times now, would love nothing more than to get a rematch against Winter. And I know I, for one, would love to see it. So there we go, Becky Lynch, your winner. But with that being said, we're going to head on to what could be the match of the night here tonight. Aside from the main event, it is going to be a very entertaining one as a result of what happened last week. Kevin Owens wanted to go one-on-one with Roman Reigns. The Smackdown committee approved it. And tonight, no managers, no future shock at ringside, no dangerous alliance. He'll get just that. Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens up next. So this one should be, I think this is going to be a very hard-hitting affair. There's a lot of pent-up aggression by both men, to tell the truth, and they're going to act on it here tonight. Roman Reigns, of course, still feeling the frustration of that loss, that shocking loss 2 weeks ago in tag team action to Future Shock. Took it out on Kota Ibushi last week and almost took it a step too far, because this man didn't take too kindly to it, and this man isn't going to wait around any longer for it. Kevin Owens goes right after Roman Reigns. Well, I'm not surprised by it. Here we go. The match is gonna get underway way up on the top of the ramp, up on the stage there. I didn't even have enough time to explain it before these two men got to blows with one another. Roman Reigns sending Kevin Owens down a little bit, and it seems as if Roman wants no part of Owens outside of the match. He wants to get this one underway in the ring. Perhaps Roman Reigns just wants to beat him down in a legal fashion when the bell rings, and he can also do that. Kevin Owens, his guard was down upon entering the ring, and, well, was Roman Reigns quick to act on that one. But yeah, as I was going to explain, 2 weeks ago, of course, Future Shock won that tag team matchup over Reigns and Henry. Reigns took the fall, and he was not best pleased about that one. Then last week, Reigns took on Kota Ibushi one-on-one, and he pummeled into him on numerous occasions. Kevin Owens almost hit I thought he was going for the package pile driver there. But yeah, he left his mark, I suppose you could say, on Kota Ibushi. Hit a number of spears to him. Kevin Owens was livid on the outside and said he wanted Roman Reigns one-on-one. And as I said, he wanted no Future Shock at ringside, no Dangerous Alliance, just these two men going at it one-on-one. And I am very much interested in that idea, because these two, they are hard-hitting brawlers, but they are also tremendous athletes. Kevin Owens, of course, a 4-time WWE champion, one of the most successful athletes in the history of this universe. And he is proving it here tonight as he does battle with Roman Reigns. Reigns in his own right, a very well awarded athlete, I suppose you could say. 2-time WWE Tag Team Champion and a former United States Champion as well. What a jump there by Kevin Owens to hit that missile drop kick, and we're going to go to the outside maybe. Yes, we are. We undoubtedly are here. Kevin Owens feeling the crowd on his side here in Baltimore. Uh-oh, there it goes. There went there went Kevin Owens. And Roman Reigns now is going to have his way with him. Imagine how the morale must be in the Dangerous Alliance after they lost Bobby Fish last week as well. Paul Heyman must be at an all-time low. and it could well be reflecting onto Reigns and Henry. Owens being sent into the crowd there by Reigns. You got to think if that's the reflection throughout the entire Dangerous Alliance, then there is going to be a lot of anger that Roman Reigns will want to take out, and Kevin Owens is going to be the one to feel it here tonight. Reigns did a very good number on Owens on the outside, but look at how Owens, the ringmaster, is able to gain an advantage on the inside from the top rope. Rolling fireman's carry. A thing of beauty to witness there. And Owens now having Reigns right where he wants him. Down there, sitting in the corner for the cannonball sent onto Reigns. But Roman is quick to get back up to his feet. Surprisingly, and that is why. So his guard could be turned down and Reigns could act. Superman punch, but Owens kicks at it too. Well, we've certainly seen so far that no managers at ringside is certainly not making a difference to how hard these two men go after one another. Reigns has been firing away at Owens, and Owens has been doing the same. Pushes him away there temporarily, get a breath of fresh air. Oh, pop-up powerbomb! From thin air, the pop-up powerbomb's nailed, but Reigns kicks out at 1. I did not think that Reigns could pull that off right away, but he did just that. Owens now going into another cover and resorting to some desperation tactics maybe. But you saw the strength there from Reigns. He didn't even get a 1 count from it. Reigns just threw him off as if he was nothing. I imagine there is a great deal riding on this as well. The frustration of Paul Heyman could be fizzled down a little bit. If he's able to get the win here tonight. Yes, while Bobby Fish did leave SmackDown, Paul Heyman did not choose to go with him. Heyman said there was still business to be done and there's still a Dangerous Alliance to lead. And maybe we'll get an official word from Paul Heyman at a future date, but as for right now, Heyman has stayed with the Reigns and Henry and has left Bobby Fish go on his own way. And my question as well, think about that, is what is next for Bobby Fish? Where does he go from here? I mean, that is the longest reigning champion in the history of this universe gone. That is one of the most dominant WWE champions of all time gone. Where does he go? It's a really confusing time, I suppose you could say, for SmackDown, but it's also a dawning of a new era as well, as Roman Reigns with another incredible powerbomb there to Owens, and Owens still able to kick out of it. Time will tell what is next for Bobby Fish. I think the same manner could be said for that cancer that was on ECW. The less we see of him, the better, to be fair. The more we see of Bobby Fish, I gotta say, the better. Because we all know how incredibly talented of an athlete he truly is. I think SmackDown will miss him, even though it's a dawning of a new era and the first time we've had a new WWE champion in nearly 400 days. I think they will miss someone of the caliber of Bobby Fish, but it is certainly helping a lot of new talent shine, like we saw earlier in the night with Rusev and Jay Lethal as well, getting their names out there. Kevin Owens now, though, in position, ready to strike once more on Roman Reigns. Reigns pulls out the reversal, though, and it's good that he was able to do just that. He was in a bit of trouble, to be fair. Could have lost this one with another pop-up powerbomb. But look at how vicious Kevin Owens is getting here. Looking to send a message to the entire Dangerous Alliance. Oh, DDT! Using the top rope to his advantage. Cover after it once more, and still Roman Reigns is possessing incredible stamina to kick out as early as he is. I'm not a big fan of Reigns, to be fair. He's done some underhanded tactics since joining the Dangerous Alliance, but I've got to respect his technical ability and how he's able to fight through anything to try and claim the victory. Certainly something I imagine Paul Heyman has taught him over his time in the Dangerous Alliance. Kevin Owens now up on top. Will this one end up going well for the four-time WWE champion? No, it won't. He misses the cannibal senton, and Reigns misses the Superman punch in return. Who would have thought we would have been seeing that one? Kind of a stalemate between both men there. This is incredible to witness. Such action going on here. High impact, fast-paced action, but the crucifix sit out. Powerbomb by Reigns. Great cover position after it to put away Owens. No, Owens kicks out. And Roman Reigns did not look best pleased by that one, but look at the way he's wearing out here. You can tell Reigns is given so much that he is feeling the true wear and tear here. And here we go, though. Reigns in the corner, ready to strike. The spear by Reigns. That could end it. Could be a huge win for Roman Reigns. Was folded over there from the impact was Kevin Owens. Reigns into the cover, and with 1, 2, and no! Owens, I think Owens kicked out because there was a visible shake there from Roman Reigns. He did not look best pleased, and he will pummel some more strikes into the former champion. But you look at the way that you're seeing in Reigns. He is almost hunched over as he goes for them. Owens, counter there. Owens breaker on its way. Nailed it down onto Roman Reigns. Jumps into the cover here. Is Reigns done for now with 1? No, definitely not. Roman Reigns proving that there's still a lot of fight left in him maybe in this one. What a match this has been by both men. Kevin Owens, though, from the clutches of defeat, can he turn it round? Pop a powerbomb! 1, 2, and oh my goodness! How did Reigns kick out of that one? I am astounded that Reigns got the shoulder up there. Well, I guess that just goes to show the fight that Roman has within him. And Kevin Owens now kind of bringing out his mean streak to him. The mean streak that while he has been respected since day one in this universe, that he has used to win him 4 WWE titles, to win an Intercontinental title, to win the Money in the Bank briefcase. Once more, Owens goes for the cover here, trying to put away Reigns, and you can see how much fight there's still left in the big dog as he's able to kick out so early. I wouldn't be surprised if at this stage someone bleeds in this one, and there you go. Commentator's curse, I guess. Roman Reigns is busted open as a result of the impact of this matchup and the impact of Kevin Owens' consistent strikes onto him. Shoulder tackle there. And Roman now will go up to the top rope. Will this pay off for the leader of the Roman Empire? Roman will fly. Oh, he nailed him. Kind of a diving takedown more so than anything. Cover here with 1, 2, and still Owens is able to kick out. What a match this has been. Owens pulls out the counter again. A hard strike in the face, and it'll be another Owens breaker. Planted down onto Roman Reigns. Will this finally finish it? There's 2. No, it won't. So nearly 3. If I was Kevin Owens, I know what I'm going for to finish this one. The old peepee. Will he go for it? No, he won't. It'll be a 3rd pop-up powerbomb, though. I don't think Reigns has got anything left now. There's 2. There's 3. Kevin Owens, 3 pop-up powerbombs later, wins a highly fought, highly contested matchup here on Smackdown and gets a measure of revenge for Future Shock and for Kota Ibushi as a result of last week. Congratulations there to Owens. It's not all the time we see him in the ring, but he's able to put on some great matches when he is. Owens, though, doesn't look like he's finished here. He's got a few things he wants to say. Oh, there we go. Kevin Owens. Oh, yes, Kevin Owens has put his name in the hat. He heard word about what they were going on about earlier. Kyle O'Reilly and Finn Balor think it's all about them. Oh no, he's looking for WWE Championship number 5. And Kevin Owens is also taking a bit of a dig at them. They can say they know what it's like to be at the top of the mountain. Yes, they've both achieved success, but neither of them has done it as many times as Kevin Owens. Owens knows what it's like to be the face of Smackdown. He knows what it's like to be a champion on many occasions, and he will do it again. If he's got to go through Finn Balor, so be it. Kyle O'Reilly, Finn Balor, they're going to feel the wrath of the prize fighter. Kevin Owens is going to do it for SmackDown, do it for Future Shock, and do it for a 5th WWE Championship. I love it. And if there's no one else who's going to step up to the plate, Finn Balor and Kevin Owens next week, sign me up. I love it. I love it already. Kevin Owens wants in this whole ordeal. He wants a piece of the WWE Champion. And he will have to go through Finn Balor to get that in due time. What I would assume is going to be next week. You don't want to miss SmackDown next week is basically what I'm saying. If we're going to get Kevin Owens and Finn Balor one-on-one, you cannot afford to miss that one. That sounds absolutely incredible to me. But now we're going to move on to our next contest. Tag team action between MKULTRA and the returning former tag team champions. First time we've seen them since SummerSlam, The Revival. MKULTRA, though, gifted a great opportunity here tonight to really throw a spanner in the works and spoil the return of the former tag team champions. We haven't seen them that often teaming together, but when they do, they have left an effect on their opponents. They have done a good job. And they have actually picked up some wins in the past, to be fair, but the focus is currently not on MKULTRA, but rather the former tag team champions and the team that has recently, even though they have a lack of respect for anyone and anything, have been winning over the fans a little bit everywhere we go, and the same can be said here tonight in Baltimore. The Revival have the crowd advantage heading into this one. Let's see, though, if they can use that to turn it into a victory. I imagine the despair as to what happened at SummerSlam. The basic hatred of losing those tag team titles to the Young Bucks, to the Elite, to the Bullet Club must not be something that the Revival can bear that well. But boys, that's the way the cookie crumbles. I'm just gonna put it as simply as that. Of course, the Revival did not head in 100%, which is a fair argument, but they had time to recover. They had over a week, and they couldn't act on it. Anyway, they have had plenty of time to recover for this one, as Raven's going to kick things off here against Scott Dawson. And let's see what Dawson will do here to try and prove that the Revival are on their way to a rematch for those tag team titles. MKULTRA could be seen as a stepping stone for them more so than anything. I'm not trying to disrespect the duo, but they haven't exactly done enough to maybe suggest that they could knock off a team like the Revival. But Raven getting off to an emphatic start here. Nice neck breaker there onto Scott Dawson. And from the start here, we got a little bit, Dawson in a little bit of trouble maybe. Raven having his way with him right now, truth be told. This is not the start the Revival was looking for here. MKULTRA have most certainly got off to the better start of the two, but turn your guard down for a second and the Revival will act on it, and they did just that right there. Brainbuster there by Dawson, who's going to look to tag in Dash Wilder, maybe. He's taking about 67 years to decide, and he's not going to go for it. Instead, he's going to lock that hand. He's going to lock that arm in and hit another belly to belly. And this time the tag is made. In comes Dash Wilder now, a fresher opponent for Raven to deal with. But of course, should Raven decide when to do it, he can make that tag on the outside. To that man out there, the dangerous Luke Harper. The Revival, though, look to be starting their beatdown right here, and Raven's in a world of trouble. He's able to get out of the way of that one. The referee almost got in the way for him more so than anything. Power bomb. No, gory bomb even. A little bit of a dig at Eddie Guerrero. Also a member of the tag team division, but very nicely done. On to Raven. And Raven not able to catch a break in this moment here. Dash Wilder exploding away with offense. Sunset Flip doesn't go for the cover to follow suit though. But Raven finally able to pull off a counter. Took him long enough, and if he really wants to turn this match around, he should do, well, he should do exactly what he's doing now, to be fair. Tag made. In comes Luke Harper. The big man of this match has arrived. Let's see what damage Harper can do. Nice double Irish whip there as Harper makes his arrival in the ring. And don't think this man is a Alright. Don't think this man is a pushover. He's a former World Tag Team Champion, former United States Champion as well. This man has this man has achieved some in this universe. And while his former I guess his former place in the Wyatt family, and his former, well, I don't know, his former occupation, I don't know what it is, his former something in the Wyatt family. They are of course finding success on ECW, and I imagine Luke Harper would like to try and find success on Monday Night Raw. Not Monday Night Raw, sorry. Friday Night Smackdown. Don't know why Raw popped into my mind there. Don't want to think about Raw. Only like to think about the Bullet Club on that show. And Triple H, of course, truth be told. Nice cravat neck breaker there by Luke Harper, who is absolutely manhandling Dash Wilder here since he's been tagged in. Oh, good counter though by Wilder finally. Drop kick, but nope. Shrugged off by Luke Harper. What a difference maker Harper's been in this matchup here for MKULTRA. Harper now look for something there, but Dash Wilder's able to pull out the reversal. Wilder has him up on his shoulders here. Gonna look for something big there. Look to try and show off how his strength factor. But it was a counter by Luke Harper that brought that to an end, and Harper's in position now for something. Ready to strike. Harper gonna go for the discus clothesline, and he gets it. The discus clothesline connects. Wilder could be in trouble. There's 2. There's 3. Oh my god. What an upset. What a shocking upset. That is something that I certainly didn't expect to see. MKULTRA just spoiled the return of the revival in their own special way. I am astounded, though we just saw that transpire. MKULTRA pick up a huge win there, and the revival's hopes of a tag team rematch may well have just been dashed, for lack of a better term. What a win for MKULTRA there. Talk about how they were a stepping stone. Well, apparently not. Maybe the revival was a stepping stone for MKULTRA. Maybe this is the dawning of a new team taking shape in the Smackdown Tag Team division. That is certainly surprising. If I were the Elite, I'd keep my eye out for that one. There you go. That is a very entertaining win, and a very interesting one to say the least for MKULTRA. Certainly proved their own. But coming up next, he spoke about it last week, and he's probably going to speak about it again here tonight. CM Punk coming up next. Maybe Punk will look to get his name involved in the WWE Championship fiasco. But, of course, Punk ran his mouth about Brock Lesnar last week. We'll see if he's going to do the same here tonight. We're going to hear from CM Punk up next. Well, here he comes. The self-proclaimed best in the world, CM Punk. Gonna make an emphatic entrance, it seems, this time around. Punk feels quite confident about what he said last week, about what he said about that man right there, about the Beast. Lesnar is here, and Lesnar's not gonna wait any time. From behind, Punk with no idea. The Beast has struck. Punk opened his mouth and claimed that he's not afraid of the Beast. That the Beast did not scare him. That he just spent his time hiding away rather than fighting. Well, that is exactly what Brock Lesnar's doing right here, right now. He's gonna fight. Oh, there goes my voice. He is gonna fight CM Punk. And it doesn't matter where for the Beast, anywhere to just prove a point. A second German suplex by Lesnar. Punk is in dire trouble right now, and no one's gonna come to his aid. And not because no one likes Punk, but because no one wants to. Punk, to be fair, opened the can of worms on this one. He got himself in this trouble. And Punk is aware of that, and he's going to try and fight back here against Brock. But Brock is having none of it. The Beast powers out of it. Brock Lesnar has returned for the first time since Money in the Bank with an emphatic message, with an emphatic amount of thunder behind him. Pummeling down CM Punk and taking him on a trip to Suplex City. Brock Lesnar making sure the entire SmackDown crowd can see this one, as Lesnar will now nail the F5 onto CM Punk. Choke that up. War of words goes to Punk. War of action goes to Lesnar. And Lesnar is leaving just as quickly as he showed up. Well, I will tell you one thing for sure. SmackDown has been one hell of a wild ride here tonight. All over the place this show has been. What a what a weird time it has been for the SmackDown roster. But what an entertaining show it's been in the same front. We've had a whole lot to talk about coming out of this one to build up towards the next SmackDown pay-per-view. We've got O'Reilly wanting a challenge, Balor and Owens stepping up and probably facing each other next week to find out who will face him for that title. We've got MKULTRA kind of upsetting the Revival. We got the Intercontinental Championship match here. We got Shinsuke Nakamura facing the winner of this one. And then, of course, we just had what transpired between Punk and Lesnar. We thought Punk was going to run his mouth for a few weeks before Lesnar did eventually show up. That just wasn't the case. Lesnar was quick to act and got right into the mind of CM Punk, and certainly got right to leaving his mark on him as well, given the fact that an F5 on the stage is certainly going to do a number on anyone, regardless of who you are. Well, with that being said, I would like to point out that Punk was able to get back up to his feet and limp backstage, denying the help of the referees and the medical staff around him. However, Punk, I know, is 100% going to be reeling from that one. And it is going to take some time, I think, to recover. But Punk, well, he's had his message back from the Beast. He said, I will fight you wherever, whenever, I'm always here. It seems as if Brock has finally shown up for a change, and he has taken the fight to Punk tonight. Oh man, that was incredible, but it is not the end of the night just yet. We have the main event of the evening, the Intercontinental Championship on the line. Kenny Omega will make his first defense of the title since capturing it at SummerSlam from Shinsuke Nakamura, who, of course, the winner of this one will face for the Intercontinental Championship at the next SmackDown pay-per-view. This is going to be an interesting affair, to say the least, between these two men. Of course, they had a match some 2 weeks ago. Omega barely walked out the winner of it. Cesaro failed to act on a few opportune moments, and that is what enabled Kenny Omega to secure the win in that one. However, Omega wanted to send a message to Cesaro, or just wanted to use Cesaro as a messenger boy almost, wanted to beat into him with a steel chair. Shinsuke Nakamura came to make the save, and they picked up the win last week. Cesaro and Nakamura as a team over Omega, and I believe it was Nick Jackson, with Omega taking the pin from Nakamura. You can imagine Omega was furious following that loss. And when it was confirmed that Nakamura would be the #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship, while then it was decided that Cesaro should not be left out of this situation. And he has been gifted a great opportunity here tonight to become the Intercontinental Champion and to make it Cesaro and Nakamura. Instead of Nakamura perhaps getting his revenge, there is a chance for Nakamura to, Cesaro to play spoiler heading into the next Smackdown pay-per-view. And it would certainly be an impressive feat if he could pull it off. Omega's been fairly unstoppable over the last few weeks. Very nearly won Money in the Bank, won King of the Ring, of course, at the start of this year, and is currently the leader of the Smackdown Bullet Club, the Elite. But now here we go. Let's see what Omega can do here tonight. No Young Bucks at his side. Omega wanted such, and when you have a championship matchup, that is just something that happens. You're not allowed managers at ringside doing championship matches more often than not. But here we go. This one is underway, and I'm totally behind Kenny Omega for this one. I mean, there's a chance for the Bullet Club to still hold on to all 7 of our titles. Alright, 8, I guess, if you can. I mean, it would be 8, but still. I like to say, I don't know why I said 7, but yeah, 8, because 4 tag team titles, 4 singles titles. We're the best. Kenny Omega pulls off the counter there, and Cesaro will eat the apron. Kenny Omega from the top rope, elbow into the back. That's going to do some damage towards helping out for the One-Winged Angel. And on top of that, it is going to deny Cesaro an ability to use his core for a lot of strength. Gonna need to put his back into a lot of moves, and Kenny Omega can take out the back early on. Cesaro's gonna have a lot of his offense taken away from him, a lot of his pound-for-pound strength that he's known for. Neck crank there by Cesaro, and with this matchup on the ground, now Cesaro's trying to turn it into a match for his favor. Omega having none of that. Great agility there by Kenny Omega as he pulls that out of the bag. Just quickly countered though. It's a bit of back and forth going on here right now between these two men. Cesaro, the dragon screw will bring the end to that one, or rather that was more of a leg crank than a dragon screw, but still. Trying to take the speed factor away from Kenny Omega in this one. And Omega going to try and plant Cesaro down with a Styles Clash. Always lovely to see when he does that one. Cover by Omega. Now there's 2 and nothing more. Omega looked for something there, but Cesaro very quick to counter once more. Discus forearm. When it comes to a battle of strikes, certainly Cesaro has the advantage in this one. A lot of tendency to go for the legs as well of Omega, trying to keep this man down, which may be the best strategy to take on Kenny Omega. But Omega is certainly proving that he is able to fight through the pain. He is able to fight through whatever Cesaro is hitting him with. Hard knee in the face there by Omega. Oh my god, he's sending him around. Here we go, up in the electric chair position, into the German suplex. And what a suplex that is as well. Cover by Omega, but it's a kick out at 2 by Cesaro. So close. So close that one was to securing the 3 count, but there goes Cesaro now. He's fighting back, and there's the uppercut into the chest. Cover by Cesaro, but Omega quick to kick out. It's a good thing that was just the uppercut into the chest, not the Swiss Death uppercut. Cesaro picked up a mean streak with that one for breaking Superstar's jaws. And I think there are some on this SmackDown roster that he's responsible for doing that too. And Omega now making sure that Cesaro can't fight back there. He's going after the arm for a second. Oh, but he's going to be eating the mat. Come on, Omega. We have got a stake in SmackDown that we need to keep a hold of. Oh, jumping kick in the face there by Kenny Omega. Absolutely thing of beauty there. Cesaro opened his guard for a few moments, and Kenny Omega so quick to act. And the cleaner is taking care of business right here, right now. Nasty landing for Cesaro on the outside, but that's the least of his worries. Omega gonna fly here. Here comes Kenny Omega, clearing the ropes, but Cesaro moved out of the way of that one. And Omega has nothing left in him, maybe. He looked absolutely planted to the mat by that one. Cesaro. To be fair, that was incredible awareness to get out of the way right at the last second. Oh no, oh no. No, 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 Cesaro isn't even, Omega's in even more trouble because we're going swinging. Pulling him around. Incredible strength by Cesaro being demonstrated, but Omega is in a world of trouble. The Cesaro swing. Could that enable a new Intercontinental Champion? 1, 2, and no, Omega kicks out at 2. Thank God for that. Oh, but Cesaro isn't done yet. Cesaro's not finished. He's going to look for something. No, he's not. Kenny Omega pulls out the reversal. Thank God he did just that. Omega looked as if he was thinking of something from behind there, but just didn't know how to act on it. Maybe just not enough stamina within him. Maybe too worn out after everything happening so quickly. Perhaps trying to recover from the Cesaro swing, to be fair. And here we go. He's going to go for that German suplex again. He should be able to get it. And indeed he does. What a German suplex that is by Omega. And it very nearly got him the title. Still around his shoulders, but Omega doesn't look like he's done yet. Look at this. Just as we saw earlier, I believe, in the night. Fighting back from the clutches of defeat as Kevin Owens did. Omega will do the same. One-winged angel from Omega. 1, 2, 3. No! So close. Kenny Omega must be thinking, now what does he have to do to beat Cesaro? That was incredible to witness right at the end there. Cesaro giving Kenny Omega the run for his life right now. What a suplex that is by Cesaro. Rolls through into a cover, but look at how quickly Omega kicked out of that one. Oh my God, the strength of Cesaro is being demonstrated. Oh, Omega is trapped. He's got nowhere to go. Triple deadlift suplexes by Cesaro. But look at that. Omega pulls out the reversal right away. He's up to his feet in just practically seconds after taking such a devastating maneuver. Omega from behind now. He rolls up Cesaro. He rolls up Cesaro to retain the Intercontinental title. Come on, Omega. Yes, he did it. What a genius. What a goddamn genius. It doesn't matter if it's a legitimate victory or not. What matters is holding on to that title. And Kenny Omega did just that here in the Smackdown main event. Saved him from more troubles from Cesaro. Saved him from more punishment. And got to hold on to the Intercontinental Championship to go along with it. Kenny Omega, the cleaner, the leader of the elite, the genius, the Intercontinental Champion. What a win there for Kenny Omega. Oh no, wait, his night doesn't look like it's over. Where the hell did Nakamura come from? Shinsuke Nakamura from out of the blue has got the jump on the Intercontinental Champion. I didn't even know where Nakamura came from. But there is no running for Kenny Omega right now. The champ is in trouble. Exploder suplex. There's no elite here to help him. There's no one to come to the aid of the champ. He's going to feel the wrath of the Kinshasa. Shinsuke Nakamura absolutely flattened Kenny Omega with that one. Nakamura has more than sent his message here tonight. Omega's days could well be numbered as the King of Strong Style looks to embark on Intercontinental Championship number 2. What a wild night it has been for Smackdown. An all over the place kind of night to boot. So much to talk about, so much to discuss, and so much that can delve into next week. Kenny Omega does remain your Intercontinental Champion, but for how much longer? Because Shinsuke Nakamura looks a man possessed to reclaim that title. Wow, what a main event that one was, and what an afters that was as well. Nakamura and Omega on the road to the next Smackdown exclusive pay-per-view, and they are going to for sure put on one hell of a brawl. Well, that ends this episode, universe. That ends this wild episode of SmackDown. Be sure to tune in next week as well, when everything else is found out, when we see who's going to be the number one contender, I imagine, etc., etc. I'll end this episode, universe. Thank you guys for watching. Take it, guys, and ta-ra.